Okay, so before we get started with spell work, I'm going to answer a question that a lot of people ask, and that is, how do I deal with these? What is this? Okay, if you were going to do spell work in a cauldron, you want typically an iron cauldron. Okay, this is I'm going to not dump all the salt out. This is probably a 4.5 inch cauldron. Okay, maybe actually, yeah, it's probably 4 inches. A 4 inch cauldron. I have a huge, like 10 inch one downstairs in my kitchen. A lot of you may cook in cast iron. Heads up, that's a cauldron. Okay. So, pro tip, when you're doing spell work in a cauldron and you're going to light herbs on fire, or you're going to smudge or smoke something, what I would suggest is using sand, like playground sand. Don't use kinetic sand because you don't want it to have anything in it. You just want it to be just the sand. Or you can use just regular table salt. This is literally just normal iodized salt. Okay, you don't need something fancy. Okay, again, grocery store salt is just fine. You don't want to spend, you don't want to put your gray flake salt, Maldonado salt on here, right? We don't need that. So just your normal table salt is fine, sea salt is fine. And then you're gonna want to get charcoal. And I don't mean, the dog is moving. The dog is moving the camera. I don't mean like grilling charcoal. What I mean is these little charcoal rounds, okay? And you want the ones that say quick light, because if they're not quick light, they're going to take freaking forever to get to the temperature where you need them, okay? So when you buy them, they'll look like this. They're very, very light, okay? What you want to do is you want to stick this in the middle of your salt or your sand. The reason why we put the salt and the sand on that is because we want a little bit of a heat barrier, a heat protector, okay? Now, what's underneath here is plastic, and the feet of this cauldron are iron, so the heat will transfer. You want to make sure that you're going to do this. If you're going to light this, you're going to do it on something that is heat, I wouldn't even say heat resistant. It's heat proof, right? Do it on glass, do it on stone, put an oven plate or a cake plate underneath your cauldron if you're going to do that. Like I said, typically I do my spell work in my windowsill, which is always protected. This I'm just showing you. Okay. So when we are getting set up for our spell, I would recommend that you go grab your herbs. If you're going to use herbs in your spell work, go grab your herbs now and get them set out. You can also put them in your mortar and pestle, get those prepared before you do this. We'll go over all the elements of spell work in a little bit, but right now what I want to talk to you about is this charcoal. So a lot of people ask, how do I light this? When do I know that it's ready? Also, pro tip, if you have any sort of tinctures on your altar that have alcohol, get them away from your open flame. This is a bottle of vodka. It's a vodka tincture. We don't want that anywhere near this, okay? And just for safety measure, I'm going to move the feather over, and then my sage and my bones are fine for my north-south. Okay? So by this point, you're getting ready to start your spell work. You would have already done your circle. You would have already set your incantations for your circle, welcomed the elements, welcomed spirit, okay? To get started, I would recommend you get a torch. I don't even know. My husband bought this. I don't know where he got this. Probably Amazon. It's refillable. If you have a butane, if you are a smoker, you probably have butane containers around your house. You can refill this. Or if you camp and you have a camping stove, also a reason why you'd have butane. Or maybe you just have butane hanging out. I don't know. But you can refill it. And I recommend this versus the like single use lighter, or I have like a long stick one that you'll see sometimes. Because you're being a witch, you're going to use fire a lot, right? Unless you have you have contraindications for smoke around your house, or maybe you have young kids, that would make sense. But typically you're going to use the element of fire quite consistently in your practice. So put your charcoal in the middle of your salt, and then you're going to light this. And I want you to pay attention. I'll zoom in after I light this. Watch the charcoal. Right now, obviously, it's cool, right? And it's solid black. There's no sparks. There's no anything. You'll start to see this when I light it. You'll start to see it glow and have like orangey glitter sparks. Happens pretty quickly, so I'll show you. Again, fire safety kids. Okay, make sure you're practicing in a well-ventilated environment. So you see, I don't know if you can hear, but you can see how those glittery sparks are going. That means your charcoal's lit. That's what you want. So you're going to let this chill out just like this until it gets completely white.